Hi everybody and welcome to week 4 of HTML. Today we're going to talk about IDs in classes. So let's talk a little bit about things that are unique to you and things that are shared. So what are some things about you that you share with other people?
My brother and I share food sometimes.
That's something shared. What about, let's see, maybe your last name? Do you share your last name with anybody?
Mom and dad.
Yeah, you have the same last name as your mom and dad. Do you have the same favorite food as anybody you know? I bet a lot of people like pizza, Michael.
Yeah, my friend likes pizza.
And then your favorite teacher, it's obviously me, right? Right?
Yeah.
But there are some things that are unique to you too, right? Like your whole name. Nobody else out there is named... God, I don't know your last names. Nobody else out there is named Silva Santos that I know of. Hopefully there's nobody else out there. And nobody else out there has the exact same face as you, right? Unless you're a twin.
Oh yeah.
So there are some things that are unique to you and some things that you share with other people. And we're going to talk a little bit more about how that works in HTML today. But first, before we do that, I have some broken CSS code up here on the board. Can anybody help me fix it?
I know.
What do you?
Next to height, there's a comma and a dot,
Uh-huh.
wherein it should be 2 dots.
Oh, you're right. So this is called a colon when you have 2 dots. And then when you have a dot and a comma, it's called a semicolon.
Oh.
There's still a couple things missing in this code, there's one thing that's missing and one thing that
Ooh.
needs to be fixed. Yes,
After 150 px should be a semicolon.
yes, that's right. Awesome. So it looks like our width and our height are all set up here, but there's still something wrong with the code.
I know.
Yes, Gian?
Isn't it PS instead of PX?
No.
What?
I don't know how they pick the little, the abbreviations for everything, but for pixels it's PX.
Okay.
But is there something missing? There's a lot of space down here. Are we missing anything?
Padding.
Padding. We could put padding into this div. But for now, how would you, if you opened it, what would you do?
Oh, you have to close it.
Yeah, you have to close it. So how do you close this?
Slash?
No. So to close CSS, what you do is, you see this little curly brace here?
Yeah.
You put the opposite curly brace right here. And that closes the code. So that is our warm-up for today. And now we're going to head on over to the screen and we're going to talk a little bit more about IDs and classes. Okay, so today we're going to do a quick review of divs. So does anybody remember what a div is?
It's like a box that divides.
So it's like a division of the page. So I took out last week's code where we put all of this stuff inside the div into a box because I'm going to teach you something cool we can do with divs and IDs and classes. So remember how in the lineup we talked about things that everybody has in common and things that are unique to each person?
No.
No, not really? It's okay. So basically, an ID is something that's completely unique to each and everything. Like, everybody has a different name, right? So, but for classes, that's something that things can share in the CSS. So like, in this case, like we all share the same HTML class. But in CSS, IDs and classes are a little bit different. So we're going to give this div the ID, you guys want to name it?
Banana.
Banana. Okay, we're going to have a banana ID on an Apple page. And so what we do over here in the CSS to select an ID is we do a hashtag. So hashtag banana. I feel like I'm tweeting here. And then you do some little curly braces. And we're going to do something special to this banana div. We're going to, let's see, put a border around it. So border, how many pixels do you guys want? 10 pixels. And Gian, why don't you pick a color?
Brown.
Brown. And we'll make it a dotted border because that looks nice. And now we have a 10 pixels thick brown dotted border, but it's only around the banana div. Now we're going to make another div over here. And this one, we won't give it a ID. We'll just put something else inside of it. So, let's see. Bananas taste good, but apples taste better. We're gonna close that div. Gonna put all this inside a paragraph tag because I forgot to. And we're gonna scroll down here and see how this is a different div, right? But it doesn't have that border because we only gave that border to the one that has the ID banana.
Why
Now-
do we use a hashtag?
A hashtag, because whoever wrote CSS was like, I really like hashtags. I want to use IDs for hashtags. So he did. So now we're going to give both of these a class so we can change something about both of them. So anybody want to name the class?
Peach.
Peach. All right. So both of these are going to have the class Peach. And over here in the CSS, if you want to select a class, you do a dot. So dot peach, and then these little curly braces. And let's see, what should we change about both of these?
Let's make the background color different.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. What kind of color should be for the background color of these divs?
Green.
Green. All right. So now,
Whoa.
both of these divs, because they're both in the class Peach, have the background color green. But only the div up here that has the ID banana also has the dotted border. So basically, a bunch of different elements can share a class, but only one thing at a time can have a certain ID. Does that make sense, everybody?
Kinda.
Kinda?
Why can't you use ID for everything?
Well, because if everything had the same ID, so when you have a real web page, not on CodePen, like what you can do is you can put hashtag banana at the end of the web address, and that will take you right to that part of the page that has the ID banana. But if you give everything on the page the ID banana, the computer will get confused, and it'll be like, which page am I supposed to go to if all of them have the ID banana? It would be like if you gave your friend your address to go to your house, and then they went to your street and all of the houses have the same number, so they would be like, which doorbell do I ring?
I see.
So that's why only one thing at a time should have a certain ID. So if you wanted to give this one an ID, you could give it the ID like banana 2, or a different kind of fruit like mango, but you probably shouldn't give it the ID banana because then the computer will just get confused and ask, which part of the page am I supposed to take this person to?
I see.
So those are IDs and classes, and that's about it for today. So I'm going to hand out a worksheet, and you guys can practice putting IDs and classes on all your own divs.
Okay.